So tell us your name and your title, what you do, who you are.
My name is Susan Marie Frontczak, and I call myself Storysmith.
Excellent. So as somebody who's here for the very first time, and you'd heard about it before, so tell me a little bit about your expectations for what you thought you were coming to, and your experience so far in the last couple of days of just being here.
Well, I didn't really know what to expect, whether I would be like way not enough a mathematician to have a good time. Though I've always loved math, I majored in engineering and I did that as my first career. But the presentations are at so many different levels that I can totally hook into some of them. And others that maybe go over my head make me think about something that I either haven't thought about before or want to go find out more about. So it meets people at all different levels, and I feel encouraged to go play more.
So you gave a talk yesterday.
I did.
Which was actually pretty exciting. You jumped up on the table and told a wonderful story. Tell us about the sort of experience of presenting in front of everybody.
I didn't know what all these high-level mathematicians would think about a simple story, but it's got a lot of humor in it. And by making the math explicit, it makes it mathematically fun, not just slapstick fun, but mathematically fun to whoever it is who happens to be in the audience.
And that's one of the beautiful things that Martin was able to do, is take these high concepts and sort of make them accessible and fun for people that maybe wouldn't have looked at them otherwise.
Absolutely.
And it seems like with your background, in a way, you're sort of carrying on that torch a little bit. So, I mean, can you talk a little bit about...
I'd love to think I do at all. I feel like I'm coming to Martin Gardner realization late. I owe him for years of ways that I know I got inspired by him that I didn't even know about. I can realize now what a debt of gratitude I have to him and to all the people who are making math fun. I can learn from a lot of people here.
Yeah. And he's definitely sort of sparked the inspiration in all of us to come together and continue to share all of his passions. And I think that's sort of what's great about the gathering here.
And the sense of play and recognition, and then play, and then a spark, and then play, and then puzzlement, and then play. It's all sandwiched. It's a great play sandwich that has these insights coming through.
Is there anything that's happened so far that, as far as interactions?
There's so much. I have this, one of the best things that Mary said is, bring along a spiral notebook, because this one person recommends such and such a poem, or this person recommends this trick, or I learned a trick and I got to write down some notes, or I won't remember enough when I get back home again. If it were only one thing, I could remember it, but there's so much flooding over. I can't wait to get home and kind of sort through some of the games all over again.
Tell us a little bit about how you first discovered you're passionate about math.
Whatever the math class I was in, they didn't have gifted and talented programs back then. But in the last 6 weeks of school, in the spring, the teacher said, Smith, take your desk out in the hall. Well, this was a kid who always got into trouble. What did he do? And we all got quiet. And he started pushing his desk out into the hall. And then, Carter, out in the hall. He never got in trouble. He was this built like a refrigerator football player, but he was so quiet and gentle and like the gentle giant. What did he do? And he pushed his desk out in the hall. Frontczak, out in the hall. So what did I do? I pushed my desk out in the hall, and he came out there with 3 algebra books. This was before we had any opportunity to study algebra. He said, you guys don't need to be in this class for the next 6 weeks. Play with these books. And it set us free. Every day we could take our desks out in the hall, and we could work our way as a threesome through the problems in the book. It was like having ice cream and cake every day. So that was an unexpected gift. But for that 6 weeks, I was allowed to be as mathematical as I wanted to be and have fun with 2 co-students. So I will always cherish that trust he put in us.
And so you're trying to pass that on?
Well, absolutely. I'm lucky. I never learned that I wasn't supposed to like math. Like, unfortunately, many girls do. So I think if I can pass the gift along, it's unabashedly showing how much fun I have with math. I don't think of that, it's not like I have to be a role model and take on a persona. It's just who I am. So if I get to be who I am, and that can inspire someone else to be who they are, who she is, that's paying it forward.
Are you going to be back for the next one, 2 years?
I can't wait. But I want to take part in the gift exchange next time. I already am making plans.